Now, when we arrive at an area, we like to bug it with our small cameras so that we can delve into the private lives of the wildlife that lives there in a completely non-obtrusive way. And when we're working in the autumn and winter, we have to use cameras that can see in the dark, and we typically use infrared cameras. We've got plenty of those here. But this year, at Wild Kent Hill, we're also using a thermal camera, a camera that picks up on the heat signature of the animal. So it's totally dark, the animals never know we're looking at them, but we can see their little white bodies glowing in the darkness. If you were watching last night, you know that we were focusing our attention down on the marsh. There was a tremendous amount of activity, lots of wildfowl and waders down there, and as the programme was coming to an end, we spotted a fox trotting around on the marsh. Well, as soon as the programme continued, we thought we'd try and keep our eyes on that fox to see what happened, and this is what we saw. The fox is quartering the marsh, perhaps opportunistically hoping to find a sick or injured widgeon, or teal, or lapwing. Eventually, it moves to one side and it disappeared out of sight behind a hedge. But luckily, our astute cameraman, Joe Charlesworth, spotted the white dot and zoomed in just as the fox was making a kill. We saw it pounce. And then, partially hidden behind the vegetation, the question was, what was the prey? Well, look at that. The long, slim body of a stoat. A stoat. And only the night before we'd been watching stoats or a stoat go backwards and forwards across that marsh itself looking for prey. But here, the predator had become prey. Well, it all happened very quickly. So let's have another look. The cameraman finds the fox, and I think, when you watch this, this is its first pounce. Look, we catch it mid-air. Its brush held up. It overshoots the stoat. You can see that there on the right, still on the ground. Returns to it. The stoat is then in the fox's mouth, and it's shaking it, as you would expect. But then it breaks free again, and you can just see it moving in the foreground. The fox focused intently on its prey, makes another lunge. The stoat moves away to the right. You expect it to flee, but it turns, confronting the fox, and runs into the jaws of its death. And the fox then seizes the stoat, and their thermal images become one. What about that?